Hi guys, welcome back to the Hill Project. This week we are doing our predictions for TLC. And this is our last predictions of the year, lads. Of our first year in...
Certainly hope so.
In this Hill Project. We aren't doing a punishments this week. I've still got 3 to do, but 2 can be done together. Pete, I just need to not be dying on me, and we might be able to sort something out.
Yeah,
and... What was that, Link?
You've got 3 to do.
I just said that.
You said you got 2 to do.
I said I got 3 to do. I got 2 I can do together. So the stream and the voice changing thing I could do all in one go, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the horseradish review. But we will start off with our predictions for TLC. I've quite looking forward to this actually, lads. I don't normally watch the wrestling, but I've actually watched pretty much everything I need to know about this month. I may have missed a few bits here and there because it's been on in backgrounds and stuff. But we will start off with the New Day versus the Hurt Business for the Raw Tag Team Championship. What are you doing? So, for me, this one, lads, the New Day versus the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business lost again 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago now. On Raw.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's the second time, maybe third time that they've lost the Tag Team Championships. So I'm going to say this is their time now, and I'm going to go the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I was going to go Hurt Business. This is going to be... They've started planting the seeds for the breakup of New Day for me. And I think they're going to start pushing bits and pieces. You've had like Xavier and Kofi. Kofi trying to break out and make matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can start seeing it happening, to be honest. And I think Hurt Business needs a win.
The Hurt Business 100% needs the win. I don't think it hurts New Day in any single way losing titles anymore. Are they the most glorified tag team champions of all time now? Have they won more championships than any other tag team? Got to be certainly top 2 or 3, haven't they?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
So I don't think it hurts them. They can come back. They can come back for round of titles in another 6 months' time, and it's like, yeah, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. So just to clarify, you're both going Hurt Business. You're going Hurt Business as well, Link.
Yeah.
You're flicking your hat around. Let's do Sasha Banks versus Carmella next. Pete, when I told Pete that this was a match, Pete's expression wasn't great. He's not looking forward to this one. I'm not looking forward to it. I just don't. I quite like Carmella. I can get on board with her. I'd rather have her as SmackDown Women's Champion over Sasha Banks. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd rather have a list of ailments that instead of having Sasha Banks on my TV. To be honest with you, but hey ho.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The thing is,
Sasha's going to win it.
Yeah, and it's too. Carmella's only just sort of got herself back in the picture, and I think this storyline's gonna go until maybe Rumble. I think Sasha Banks is gonna win this one as well.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn it off.
And this will be no punishments. We're all going to go exactly the same.
Well, yeah. Well, if that's the case, people can just come in.
Christmas.
Sorry.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, a mutual Christmas where we all just get along.
What if there's no country? Sorry.
So then we have the women that have been pinned a few times this month. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler against Asuka and TBD. Could be TBD, could be TBC. So you thinking Charlotte Flair? I'm thinking it's going to have to be Lana or Mandy Rose myself. I don't think it's going to be a return. I mean, technically, I suppose Mandy Rose was a return the other day, but...
Mandy back?
Mandy turned up the other day, yeah.
Did she?
Yeah. She came in to save Lana when she was getting beaten down on maybe Monday. And are they? Yeah, they are. Raw, aren't they? Yeah, Monday.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you really sure?
Yeah. Well, who was the other blonde? Who was it that came out then?
Dana Brooke.
Was it Dana Brooke?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Right, I'm gonna have a check now because if that's the case, then that's that. I don't think it was.
Mandy got injured.
Did she?
Yeah.
Dan, you haven't watched it for so long.
Like I said, it was on in the background, so if it could easily have been, it could have easily been wrong. It's not the end of the world, you know.
You haven't watched it. You just had it on TV while you've been in the house.
I mean, let's be honest. Are you really got any interest in the women's tag division at the minute?
No. Has anybody?
So if that's the case, okay, it will be Lana.
Although I'll be honest, the whole story with Lana has probably been one of the most interesting things going on at the moment. On a weekly basis, anyway.
Yeah, I can't even argue with that.
Yeah, so I get where you're coming from with Mandy because it was Nia that injured Manji.
Manji. Nia injured Manji.
Can't get away from him, can I? Nia that injured Manji.
on this Bleacher Report, it's not even saying anybody came out. So that's just really confused me. Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know where we are.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago, mate, and I'm pretty sure it was Dana.
Okay, fair enough. But
right, Magic.
Yeah, Mandy got injured like just before Survivor Series by Nia.
Yeah, so that would make sense.
So it makes sense for Mandy to come back and be against Nia. But go back even further, and it was Nia that took out Charlotte. So it completely makes sense for Charlotte to be the person that comes out in that position.
And I can see Asuka coming back in with Charlotte, mutual respects and that. But, I mean, in fairness, we're doing our predictions based on just Asuka, really, at this point, aren't we?
Asuka's winning.
Yeah.
Oh, Asuka's still going to win. Well, it doesn't matter who her partner is, she's winning.
I mean, it's going to be a really boring predictions because I'm going the same, lads. So that's 3. Is that 3 in a row?
Yep.
We will then do the Firefly Inferno house. I'm interested in your thoughts how they're going to do this one, lads.
You just call it a Firefly Inferno house.
Yeah, I did. It's a Firefly house, to be fair. But in all fairness, I think that it's going to have shades of their feud from before when it was Bray Wyatt, when he set fire to Wyatt's, whatever they call it, compound or whatever.
The compound, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be shades of that. So in a weird way, we could easily see the Firefly Inferno house, where the Firefly house is on fire. So it's not completely wrong in my thinking.
So, like, obviously the rules haven't been specified yet. We don't know if it's just going to be like a standard Inferno match or if it's going to be some sort of cinematic thing.
I'm swaying towards cinematic.
I'm thinking cinematic as well, mainly because Bray doesn't really, even as the Fiend, doesn't have himself covered.
Yeah.
To have flames.
Yeah.
And Randy wrestles in pants. Like there's nowhere for him to get burnt, really.
You've got to respect it if he's going to get burnt in pants.
Yeah, well, yeah. And the only thing I can think of that they could possibly do is like one of them gets, I don't know, like thrown in a sack or something, and the sack gets set on fire. Or
hold up, it was Mandy Rose.
Really?
Yep. Carry on, but yeah, it was Mandy Rose. I was right.
Fair enough. I still don't think she'll be the partner.
But, either way, we've all gone that team anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Well, I mean, we could have a decider as to who the partner is. To be fair,
we could do that as a tiebreaker at the end. To be fair, if you like.
Yeah.
Carry on, mate. Sorry.
Right, anyway, and we'll all fail.
Most likely. But yeah, this is probably it's probably joint hardest one to pick for me out of these two. It's not.
So if it is a proper Inferno match, this is the proper actual Inferno match they've had since VP versus Kane. which was Armageddon, the last Armageddon, which was
a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. They've had an Inferno style match since, which was the Ring of Fire match between Bray Wyatt and Kane. Or was it Daniel Bryan?
Not entirely sure. Couldn't give you an exact.
But that wasn't a set your opponent on fire to win match. That was just the ring was surrounded by fire. Like, it was just a normal match.
What are your thoughts on this, Pete?
I don't know this one. I haven't got a clue. I think the Fiend needs a win, but I think Orton will carry a storyline on, and I can see it going either way. It's possible for me. I'm gonna go.
Always Pete's going
with Orton.
Always go first, Orton.
I think the storyline's going to carry on for a bit at the minute. No one knows what's happening with Edge. Could be a storyline that carries on for a while. Yeah. It'll be too much has happened with Bliss and bits and pieces for it just to win for me. And I can see if Bray picks up the win, that's it for me. It's done. But yeah, Orton can carry it on still.
I actually completely agree. Not only that, but if it is an Inferno match status, the Fiend character wouldn't take any sort of damage from losing that. Like, if anything, he could possibly be propelled even further by losing that, because he could just carry on walking around as normal, even though he's on fire.
Yeah, that's a very fair point, actually. That's a very fair point. Again, I wouldn't mind seeing Orton going out for maybe a month if he loses this match, and then returning at Rumble as number 28, 29, 30, whatever you want to, whatever position it comes in at. So I'll go the Fiend. I'll go the Fiend.
Fair enough. So we have a difference.
We do. Yes. We do. So you two both gone Orton then, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Which
is crazy when you think about it. Like two out of three people are voting for Orton to win a match against the Fiend, despite how ridiculously unbeatable the Fiend has been so far in his career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The thing is, I think we're all still thinking it's going to be a build-up for Edge at Mania, but
that's
none of us actually even know if he's fit.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with Orton? I mean, could a Rumble win be on the cards because his storyline isn't on the cards now? I don't know. So this is a very obvious one for us. It's going to be a great match, this one. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. I think this should be a great match. Reigns is my favourite thing in wrestling at the minute. Kevin Owens is as a collective, one of our favourites and underrateds.
I've always loved Kevin Owens, yeah.
But I think we're all going Roman, aren't we?
Roman's not going to lose this for a long time.
I think so, yeah. It's very predictable, but it's still going to be absolutely amazing. And I don't know if anybody's watched any of the build, especially like last night's SmackDown, for example, was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's been done really well.
He's got Jay fully on board now, and obviously the other week they had the beatdown on Kevin Owens with the chairs, and then obviously Roman still turned on Jay and hit him with the chair again, didn't he? And whereas last night it was nothing but, hey, you are my. It was like he is his psychic now, and he's completely bowed down to Roman, and Roman's completely trusting him as one of his guys, I guess.
Subordinate.
That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, the only thing is, where does this? I just can't work out whether this carries on as a storyline afterwards. Surely this has got to go into Rumble. Reigns versus Owens, but then where do they go with it? Not entirely sure.
There's not a lot further they could go with it, unless Owens is going to take some time off, and Reigns will actually take him out.
Yeah, that's a very fair prediction. That could easily be a case of something that happens.
If that is what's going to happen, what a time for it to be happening just before Mania! Like, oof.
Yeah.
You know, we're coming into Mania season now. It's everything's got to sort of start stepping up. This is the last stop before the road to Mania kicks off. You know, this is it.
Again, going back to the previous match, could this be a match where we have Owens out for a month and return at Rumble for a win? That would be crazy. An Owens Rumble win.
Yeah.
Or even just coming in as actually a surprise number for once.
I'll be 100% honest. I've got no idea who's even going to be remotely close to winning the Rumble this year.
No. Normally there's a real idea by this point.
If I had to take a wild stab at it, you've got Edge,
Yes.
The Rock,
Brock
Lesnar,
and Seth.
I don't see Seth coming back by then. But
if Seth comes back,
Seth
will be a surprise entry. We wouldn't have seen Seth at all by that point.
Yeah, you won't see him until then. If he does come back, he'll be a late.
I think even if he doesn't come back full time, he'll be back for a match. He'll be back in the Rumble as a surprise entry.
Yeah,
I don't see him winning it though, personally.
But
yeah, like it's just there's not really any standout. That's who's winning it this year. Look how massive they've been built. I mean, AJ Styles has been built massively.
It's the only thing left on his CV.
I know we're going to come on to that next, but I don't actually see him beating Drew.
Well, let's get on to that then. So, Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles is our final match. It probably won't be the main event, but it probably will be Roman versus Kevin Owens as the main event. But this was harder to predict than the other one.
It's 50-50. I think it depends who's winning this match, really, as to which position it's going to be in. And do you know what? Despite what I've just said, I'm gonna start off the thing and say I'm going to go with AJ winning.
See, I don't know. This is a really tricky one for me because Drew and Styles, let's say in the last 5 years, are probably two of my more favoured WWE champions.
For me, there's one thing that sways it. It's going to be an AJ win, and it's only because it's not just going to be Drew and AJ at ringside.
But I don't think it'll be Drew on his own either.
You've got someone very, very tall there, and it will come in as if AJ stands on someone's shoulders. They could reach the ladder. I think they're going to do something strange like that. I've been watching videos of this guy, the guy that's with AJ. The guy can do drop kicks and things like that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Imagine a drop kick on ladder from Drew, something like that.
He's not particularly.
But either way, I think if we do see like a Sheamus, for example, at ringside with Drew, WWE aren't gonna have what's his name, Omos outdo their ex-champion in Sheamus.
But there's also a bit happening between Drew and Sheamus already.
Yeah, there is that, but I mean,
I really like their dynamic at the moment, to be honest with you.
This for me, the Drew Sheamus dynamic, I think we could actually, it's going to either go obviously explosive, or it's going to end up with like the Sheamus Cesaro situation, where they ally for actually quite a while after a bit of a rocky start, and obviously that was a best of 7 match, the Sheamus thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it down to Pete. I'm going to go Drew.
I'm going AJ.
Okay.
I think AJ's got this one.
Okay, so hang on. You two have got exactly the same. Fair enough. So Pete's not watched wrestling this month. He's just gone, Link's watched wrestling. We'll copy Link.
No, actually, I've had it planned, and I even think, like I said, AJ's going to end up on his shoulders and getting the belt that way, to be honest. I think there's going to be some dodgy little bit for AJ to win it. I think AJ will do it.
You say dodgy, but it is a TLC match, so anything's legal. It's not dodgy for it to happen, is it? So yeah. Right. Shall we do a little tiebreaker then? Just on the off, as there's no punishments.
No.
It's impossible for me to tie with you both, or one of you. So I think, unless there's count outs and stuff. Although, are you both going Charlotte Flair? So that wouldn't really work, would it?
I was, but I'm not going to now.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to Charlotte.
Okay, so go on, and we'll do it. So there's one winner this month, shall we? As there's no punishments.
We know Link's going for, so I'm going to go for Mandy Rose now, just because she come out and Dan has made that point, and it's the obvious one.
Fair
I'm going to
enough.
go with Mandy Rose.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Why the hell not? So yeah, so that is our predictions for this month.
Well done. Just for fun, you make a pick too.
Lana.
Mandy Rose.
Lana. She has picked up a win over Nia Jax, so it'd be sort of wrong for her not to be in the position. To be fair, I think
I'm glad she got that win. I really am.
Yeah, it's it wouldn't. I think a beat down like that for too long that she's been having wouldn't have worked, and it would have completely killed her as a wrestler in the slightest. She would have had to have just stuck as being a manager after that, I think. Maybe for another 3 or 4 years, and then have another crack at wrestling again. But
well, yeah,
I've got to admit, it's a shame that people in NXT, the women in NXT, are starting to get a bit of a push. Because can you imagine the pop if someone like Rhea Ripley had come up as a surprise partner? But there's too much of a push happening in NXT at the moment.
Oh, Bianca Belair.
Could you
see?
There's too much going on.
I see Charlotte coming in, being tag champ for a while, and then they're gonna push something in with Rhea again. I'm sure of it. Like it's gonna happen. And to be honest with you, I think in the new year we're gonna get a Queen of the Ring tournament, which has been rumored quite a lot.
And
the final of the Queen of the Ring tournament is going to come down to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, and I think Rhea's going to win and get a redemption for what happened at Mania, because she's been gone since Mania, hasn't she? Like,
it'd be a quick win for the fans as well, because obviously the majority of fans don't like Charlotte. I was going to say every word, but let's stop the editing. And
I'm not entirely sure that's true.
I think the majority aren't. To be fair, mate.
I think she's a bit of a Roman. When people complain about her, but when she comes back, people love her.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
Rightly, people love her.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Right, guys. So I think that brings us to the end of the predictions for this year. In fact, that we are done. We have our live stream to watch on Sunday, so come find us on our Twitch, twitch.tv/The Heel Project. And are we doing a podcast on Monday, lads?
No.
What?
I said pow.
Oh, pow. Are we doing a podcast on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So that'll be...
We'll do an end of year one and celebrate everything that's happened throughout the year rather than just this month.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And get a bit more out of it.
Yeah. Why not? So look forward to that either coming out Monday or Tuesday, guys. But yeah, make sure you come and find us on Twitch.
Ooh, maybe even think up some of our own awards for year-end awards.
What, our Sammy Awards?
Our Sammy Awards.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for this one. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you in the next one.
Yeah, we will. Peace.
Got him.